Radio with Bob O'Brien. It's a pleasure to have you, Cousin Brucie, right here with me, right here on WPAT. It's always a pleasure, and what could be better than having you with us right here on the Rock and Roll and Oldies radio show?
Well, thank you very much, Cousin Teddy.
Well, it's Cousin Brucie, Sirius Satellite Radio, Sirius XM Satellite Radio, and it's just wonderful hearing you. It's just, I just love hearing you on the radio after all these years, and still going stronger than ever. Take two. Hold on a minute. We're going to hear you now.
Yeah, it's about the same.
51 Stevie. I'm glad you're here with me this evening right here on WPAT. Wouldn't be the same without you.
I'm glad that I am around to be with you, Cousin Teddy.
It's great after all these years. What could be better than having you on a Rock and Roll and Oldies program?
Well, that's my home. You just mentioned Rock and Roll and Oldies, and your Cousin Brucie belongs. This is where my home is, Ted.
And it's great being doing this show as you did it on WABC and NBC for all these years, doing a Rock and Roll Oldies program on an AM radio station in New York, playing Led Zeppelin and The Who and all the great programming, and Paul Anka and Neil Sedaka on this AM radio station. We're trying to recreate or resurrect AM radio the best possible way we can to have music on AM.
Well, great. Hey, listen, this is where it all started. You know, I don't look at broadcasting as satellite, AM, FM. I look at what I call content. And if you give the people, the public, your audience, what they want, listen, you can put it out on a toaster or a loaf of white bread. That's all that counts. But everyone's in broadcasting today, what we got to remember is the public. We got to remember the audience. And that's what we're forgetting. We're too worried about technology. And what we should be worried about is the content. And that's what you do. And that's very good, Teddy. And that's what I'm doing, too.
Well, I love your Sirius XM Satellite Radio show. Just love you on the radio after all these years. You're going strong, more energy than ever before, more determination and more motivation on the radio. It's great.
Well,
yeah.
Listen, I always said as long as this audience wants it, I'll be there for you. I call myself keeper of the flame. And I'm glad that you're keeping the flame alive, too. That's very important because this audience wants this music. This music deserves exposure. I don't know where some of these programmers get off thinking that, you know, if it's old, it ain't no good. You know, I'm just thinking we wouldn't have Beethoven and Mozart for people like that. That's old.
I also love your book, by the way, Rock and Roll and the Beat Goes On. Tell us more about your book. I know it's on Facebook.